Hello everybody, my name is Dratnos, and welcome to Broodtwister Ovi'nax. Little Gahoon-looking boss that is either the 5th or the 6th boss in the raid. This is heroic raid testing from the beta. So you can see there's a lot of eggs around the room. The boss starts in the middle, and then after a couple seconds it's going to run to the closest of the 3 containers around the edges of the room. So we had it closest to this one first, and it goes and activates this container. And after a little bit of raid damage and raid healing absorbs, it will finish ingesting the black blood, and the container will break open and start oozing black blood from the container. And that blood will eventually cover the entire quadrant here. People get targeted by these purple circles, and those purple circles allow them to break these eggs. There are 3 different types of eggs around the room. One is these little patches of 5 eggs that spawn these blood parasites. Those will fixate somebody. If they reach their target, they will then infest them, just like Gahoon, or like Gahoonies. And then you can see our Shadow Priest here has that debuff, for instance. When that infest ends, 2 of those parasites will then jump out of them and refixate. So that'll get out of control really quick. We tried to make sure that nobody got them. We tried to say, look, run away if you get fixated. If you do get them, bring them under the boss. That was our strategy for dealing with that, so that they could then get cleaved down. Now you can see here we all got a stack of this 30-second long dot. It's not too bad at 1 stack, but if the black blood ever reaches an egg, it will break that egg automatically instead of them being broken by us, and it will apply that 30-second dot to the raid. And that dot actually is doing quite a bit of damage there. So that happened. It's not the end of the world. We actually thought it was kind of fine if 1 stack happened early in the phase, because there's not too much else other damage happening here. But the other 2 types of eggs are these worms that just are rooted. They blast people, and you need to kick them on a poison cast. And there's a big spider. So these big eggs that you can see are the ones that spawn the big spiders, and those are just kind of tankable ads. But yeah, there's that cast on the worm. So you can see by looking at the egg which type of egg it is, and the ones we have left, we just have 2 big spiders and a worm in this quadrant. You could, or I guess Trident. You can see the room as well is nice. There's a nice ground graphic that's kind of visible that shows you where sort of each third of the room is, where each slice is. But yeah, you can see now we've got the last set of ads for this side of the platform. One other mechanic about these ads is if they ever stand in the blood, they do get a mutation buff that makes them kind of more effective at whatever it is they do. So like the little Gahoonies will move faster. The worms, I think, will cast faster, that kind of stuff. On Mythic, there's a bit more of that. There's a bit... it's actually a fight that has a lot of cool Mythic mechanics around that kind of stuff, and each of the 3 containers is like associated with a different ad type and buffs them all, and that's pretty sweet. But on Heroic, not too much of that. The main thing on Heroic to note is that each of the 3 quadrants do have a predominant type of ad. So the quadrant we were just in had more worms than anything else. This quadrant has more of the parasites than anything else. You can see there's a lot more of these little 5 small egg things. And then the final part of the room that we didn't go to in this poll has more of the big spiders. That part of the room had some buggy ground area where the mobs would evade pretty often if we stood in it. So we decided to just do the other 2 quadrants instead, or tridents instead of the room. But again, you can see we've got our people being targeted to break the eggs. They run over, we break the eggs, and now we just want to nuke down these parasites as quickly as we can. Big fun AoE, ignite spread, padding mages moment for this boss. And then the heroic tuning on this, on PTR or on beta, was quite low, so we were able to just kill the boss at this point. We felt like we'd seen enough of the encounter after we'd done a few pulls at this point, and kind of had it figured out. But I actually had quite a bit of fun figuring out the mechanics of this fight. It was pretty intuitive once you actually played it, although I think it looks quite confusing with what's going on with the egg, so I hope that I've been able to explain to you sort of the cadence of the fight. But yeah, basically you have the blood kind of slowly seeping out of the container, and you want to make sure that you break the eggs before the blood does, because if the blood breaks the eggs, then you're going to get a bunch of stacks of that 30-second dot. It's a wipe. And also all the ads that spawn are going to be mutated and are going to be more powerful, so that's definitely not good. But yeah, that's it. That's Broodtwister Ovi'nax. Not sure what the enrage looks like on this fight. That's something I do kind of wish we did test, but we would have had to kind of stop damage for a really long time to see what it looks like. I imagine maybe you just are in the middle of the room and run out of space there. But yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.